Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video is actually quite interesting because one of our subscribers sent these 7 steps to live happily ever after during the time of the pandemic. So stay tuned. Details coming right up.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So, with all the travel restrictions to the Philippines, the most affected category is the foreign tourists, because foreign tourists usually are those travelers who goes to the Philippines for leisure travel. And this has been on travel ban since March of 2020, and that has not been lifted yet as of today. So foreigners who are in relationship with a Filipino national are also affected by this, because we all know they're not just going to the Philippines for leisure travel, but they are going to the Philippines to meet the love of their life, to be reunited with the love of their life, and to get married in the Philippines. But this is not possible right now because of the travel restrictions imposed by the Philippine government. So one of our subscribers is kind enough to send me the 7 steps to live happily ever after during the pandemic. And these are the steps that he did to get reunited with the love of his life, which is now his wife. So like I mentioned, these are the steps that he did, and he's kind enough to even let us know the cost of these steps to live happily ever after. So if you guys are ready, I am ready. Let's go to step number 1. Number 1 is get your marriage license. So how is this possible if you are in the US and your future wife is in the Philippines? Online marriage comes into play on this part. So as we all know, because of the pandemic, families got separated, relationship got separated. They can't really get reunited because of travel restrictions left and right. For example, the Philippines. But online marriage has actually bridged that gap during the pandemic, and it's actually recognized in the Philippines. So this is the first step that one of our subscriber did. I don't want to mention his name because he doesn't want to be mentioned, but he said I can share the steps that he did. So I apologize if I can't mention his name, but what he did, step 1 is get your marriage license through Utah Courthouse. So Utah Courthouse actually performs online wedding since this pandemic. I think it's not even during the pandemic. They have been doing online wedding pre-pandemic. But for step 1, get your marriage license at the Utah Courthouse. I will leave the link in the description box for that, and this will cost you $70. So after you did the step number 1, for sure this is on registration for both informations, the bride and the groom and all that. Like I said, I will leave the link in the description box. For step number 1, now we proceed to step number 2. Step number 2, get married by online marriage ceremony. This will cost you $35. So he has also given us a link on where to do this. So again, I will leave the link in the description box for your reference, especially to those couple who wants to do the online marriage because the Philippines is taking so long to open up. So step number 2, get married by online marriage ceremony. This is $35. Number 3, order apostilled copy of marriage certificate. So before, when we did the immigration process and all that, this apostilled thing or apostilled term does not even exist. But lately, it has been existing. Lately, it has been required. So you have to request an apostilled copy of your marriage certificate. This will cost you $45. Also, he provided the link on where to request it, and I will also leave the link in the description box for step number 3. So you guys have done getting the marriage license, doing the ceremony, getting the copies of your marriage certificate apostilled. So now on to the real game, which brings us to step number 4. Step number 4 is very critical, especially you guys have done the online marriage. Step number 4 is filing the report of marriage to the Philippine Consulate where the place of your wedding is under the jurisdiction too. So if you guys got married by the Utah courthouse, Utah is under the jurisdiction of Philippine Consulate in San Francisco. So that is where you guys are going to file for your report of marriage. Report of marriage will cost $25. He said, in addition to the listed requirements, it has been reported that the Philippine Consulate has been requiring a notarized affidavit stating that it is an online marriage and the Filipino citizen was not present in the Philippines. This is actually true that if you are filing for a report of marriage and you guys got married online, you need to submit a notarized affidavit stating that your marriage was done online. So again, this will cost $25 and the turnaround time is 6 to 8 weeks. So 6 to 8 weeks had passed and your report of marriage got approved. Now it's time to do step number 5, which is filing for the 9A visa. This is why the report of marriage is very important, because report of marriage is part of the requirement for the 9A visa application. And the report of marriage is required to every couple who got married abroad. It's really necessary that you guys report your marriage within the year. So step number 5, filing for the 9A visa application. The filing for the 9A visa application will cost you guys $30. And usually the processing time will take 3 to 7 days. Number 6, now that you have your 9A visa plus a apostilled copy of your marriage certificate, it's time to fly to the Philippines to be reunited with the love of your life. So make sure that you bring all the documents that you have submitted when you guys are applying for the 9A visa. They may not check it, but if in case they check during your immigration process, you have everything on hand and you don't miss a document to present to an immigration officer. Just a little tip, even if you have brought all the documents with you, only give them the documents that they ask. You don't need to give them too many documents, especially if they have not asked for it. If they have only asked for your passport, marriage certificate, the visa, and all that, just present that. Don't hand them your folder with all the documents in there to avoid trouble. Like I said, only give them the documents that they will ask during your immigration process. So you got to the Philippines, got reunited with your wife, spend time with her, meet the family, meet the fam bam and all that. Now step number 7, it's time to file that petition, the I-130, or also known as petition for alien relative. Your wife will be an alien relative. So this will cost you $535. The processing time on this will be a little bit long because of the backlog from the USCIS. But if I were you, I would go ahead and start filing. That way, even if you guys are waiting, the application has already been started. Because USCIS will process your application in order that they have received it. So these are the steps that he completed to reach the happily ever after during the time of the pandemic. So I hope this video will help you guys too to reach your happily ever after during the time of the pandemic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends and family. It will really help out our channel. And to those who have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time we have new uploads. I really thank you guys for continuously supporting our channel, the Eaton Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next video. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.